Oh, hey everybody, and welcome to Echoes of Color with Jeffery Morrison. Today I'm going to do another whipping chat, and I'm trying a different camera angle here. So, yeah, it should work. So, yeah, I'm just trying different things here. Okay, so, working on Diamond Art Clubs on Golden Shores by Chuck Pinson. Alright, just that. Alright, square. 29.1 inches by 21.6 inches. I've got to put my cover minder on here. Let's do that after. 74 by 55 centimeters. 48 colors and 3 ABs. 136, 129, and 141. Okay, there we go. How's everybody doing? It's a nice sunny day. And I'll get this cover minder set up here. I went and bought another phone kind of clip that I'm using now for my cell phone to film. So it was like $3 and it's doing wonders. So if it works, it works. It's all good. So yeah, this camera angle will definitely help big time me to be able to not bump into it. I don't know if I don't have a color yet. Okay, so yep, hope everybody's doing good. I ran a few errands this morning. Got another phone clip. I released my first color and chat yesterday, so I'm branching into coloring, but I'm doing diamond painting as well. So, but we'll just see how it goes. Experiment as I go. Yeah, so it should be kind of cool. And I'm bumping my drafting table because of where I am. Alright, so hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, doing a good job. Okay, am I even, yeah, still kind of down here. Okay, I'll just be at like the edge of the screen for a bit, but yeah, I'm still here. Alright, so the next color. This camera angle is kind of tricky because my phone's clipped on the side here. Clipped on the side horizontally. I believe that's 356. Alright, here we go. What color is this? Oh, it's like a pink. Alright, so 356, kind of a nice pink. Yeah, it still seems really busy beyond my comfort level in town. There just seems to be a lot of people out. Considering we have a pandemic, it's just... I just put my mask on, go into the places I need to go into, and get the heck out of Dodge and go home. Yeah, it's just... It seems to be getting busier and busier in stores. And it's just... Yikes. Really don't need another lockdown right now. Just when some retailers are getting back on their feet here, or small businesses are just getting the go ahead to open and all that. Alright, so here's a weird question. How many people like watching medical dramas on TV or Netflix, etc. Because I was just watching a bit before I came out to record, and it seems like every single character they have in these shows has some sort of conflict, some major psychological trauma or problem that they're dealing with, and they still manage to treat every patient that walks through the door. It it's just it just seems so unrealistic to me, but I'm not really one for watching too much TV. Like, I try not to get sucked into dramas or anything. Yeah, I'm not a heavy TV watcher like I used to be. I just do other things. I just keep saying that I watch the news and all that for current events, but I try not to sit in front of a TV for too long. An hour or two at the most throughout the day. It's just this one medical, I'm not going to name it. Like, if you watch these medical shows or watch any dramas, I'm not bashing on them. It's just something I observed. So, if it helps you unwind, then that's what it is. But it just seems like most of the characters each have like a terrible conflict or obstacle that they're going through for a while, and they can somehow still keep it together to treat these patients. I know it's like fictional, but it just seems something like so extreme that they're individually dealing with, and then they just next minute they're acting like everything's fine and they're helping these patients out that come through the front door of the hospital. It's just I just kind of shake my head. And then there's like just for laugh gags and repeats of really old comedy, live comedy broadcasts, Comedy Now or whatever. And they're from like 1998 or something. It's really old episodes of stand-up comedy routines, and some chick was talking about deodorant for like 5 minutes, how she had run out. Like, oh man, I really need to go run these errands now or something. I need to get out of the living room and just go do something. 'Cause I just think comedians are trying too hard. Like, I know they're on stage and like they have thought up this routine, and it's like older too. It's like, I don't know, you can tell the difference between high definition imagery and something for the 1990s or whatever, or older. It's just such a big difference now. Even something back in like 1998 just looks like so ancient now. Because cameras and HD technology have come so long in a short amount of time. It just, yeah, the HD part is great. Like, all that's great, but it's just looking at a repeat of like a comedy routine or those just for laugh gags. They just make me cringe. Like, some of the just for laughs gags are so borderline offensive or edgy. I'm just too sensitive for that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just, try not to cringe. I cringe every time. So yeah, I'm just not really one for comedy specials or sitcoms, really. I watched Big Bang Theory, but it's like canned audience laughter, like the laugh track when something's supposed to be funny. It's just, why is this funny? It's like, what's so funny? Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just like sitting there, just, I don't get it. That's probably why I don't watch TV heavily. I just stick with real world news, current events, and then I just go do something else. I'd rather be diamond painting or working on my YouTube channel, read a book, listen to music, go out and go to Tim Hortons and get a coffee or something. Like, I just can't binge watch TV shows. I could listen to music for hours, like stuff like that. I could watch YouTube. That's just as much as watching TV, but it's YouTube. It's a variation. You can stop the video anytime and watch something else or just switch to music or some other video. I don't know. Probably just as bad. Probably just as bad as watching TV, but yeah. I just had to get that off my chest because, yeah, it's just what 356. Yep. It's the color and it's going on the roof. But other than that, I'll live. It's just, I don't know, medical dramas and then talking about COVID-19 and it's just everywhere. It's like you're really out of material that you have to incorporate COVID-19 into every single storyline of something that's on TV. Like, I just don't know anymore. Yeah, that's why TVs have remotes and you turn it off and you, or just leave the room if you don't like what's on TV. That's what I do 3/4 of the time. I don't think I've seen like a full episode of any medical show, to tell you the truth. Just because of what I mentioned earlier. It's like these characters are basically having psychotic breakdowns and they just turn around and just are operating on somebody's intestinal tract or something. Like everything's fine. It's, I don't know. I get that COVID is huge. Like, it's a massive worldwide pandemic, but I thought TV was like a getaway from the real world for half an hour, a couple hours. Yeah, it's just stamp everything with COVID. Like, I don't know. It's just, I like updates about COVID-19, like vaccines are coming out. Yeah, I like being up to date with the news and all that, but when you just start blending fantasy and reality together, it's just like you're tainting fiction or the enjoyment of something by having something blended from the real world woven into it. It's just, yeah. You're supposed to forget about the real world and be invested in like characters and stories that unfold in these dramas. But yeah, for medical drama, yes, they're run into like everything. But I do get that real life nurses and doctors are overwhelmed by COVID 19. But I don't know, couldn't you have like some other health conflict or something in a fictional universe? We know COVID 19's out there and it's terrible and everything, but I don't know. COVID 19 just being mentioned everywhere is. Oh boy. We all need a break from that kind of stuff. It just seems to get mentioned everywhere, no matter where you go. It's hard to get away from. Guess unless you're like playing a video game or something or watching a really old episode of Friends or Supernatural or something. I guess there's a way to get away from it to a place in time where we didn't have a global pandemic. I'm pretty there's like a way to get out of it, but just for what I do every day when I'm off to try and relax, it's hard to avoid sometimes, but it is a big thing that's going on right now. But sometimes we just need a break from reality completely, just to relax for a few minutes, to forget about our troubles, all that. But yeah, I have like Disney Plus and all that, and I watched like the High School Musical trilogy all over again and all that a bit ago. But yeah, I tend to subscribe thinking I'm gonna like use it all the time, and then I don't. Yeah, it's just that I don't watch too much TV mentality. I don't know, and it seems like Disney Plus is like adding like they bought somebody else out because I think there's like Discovery Channel or something on it now too. There's some Stack TV or something. I don't know. It's just holy cow. Like they're competing with satellite or something, I guess. And I guess like the portable device market is perfect for the portable like cell phone market, I guess. Because it can just be an app and then you just watch it from anywhere. Ah, that must be it. Oh, just install this app and then you can like watch Lady and the Tramp while you're commuting on the subway or whatever when you're going to work. There's that convenience thing again. It's like the whole grocery store app thing again, or starting your car from your with your phone. Or getting Alexa to fill in a grocery list for you. Is that convenience or is it laziness? And then yet again, people with disability or mobility issues, or they're older and living independently. I always go back to that. It's like, it's probably why it is like that. Yeah. Ah, no, what a mess. I'm just looking at it because I'm like 35 and I'm fairly young, I guess. And I'm just looking at it from a different perspective, so I could be like totally off my base here, like not considering like the full regimen of benefits for other people, for everybody else. Yeah. Because not everybody can probably just get up and walk to their car and drive, and they're just so varied. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at this the wrong way. Kind of, yeah, kind of not the best angle to look at stuff, to be honest. And yikes. I'll just realize that now. But I at least gotta acknowledge it. But yeah, to be honest, our cell phones are basically a new wallet. Yeah, just saying. And not just put our driver's license and SIN card or something on her. Have an identification tag or something, or app on our phone. Yeah, that won't create any problems. Just how can you live in a world thinking glass half full, but all the things that can possibly happen? Sorry, my camera's going everywhere. So I was off camera there, sorry. Filling in up here on the roof. I think my phone's slowly drifting. Oh well, I gotta gripe every once in a while. Just gotta complain about something, or just take a load off. Frustration. Some of this stuff is like way beyond my control. There's always going to be like a new cell phone app for, or a new streaming service or something that somebody else started up, and it's like we're just on the convenience train, making everything easier and faster so we can do more in the day, so we can feel like we've accomplished more, so we don't have to think about what we're doing anymore. Is that gonna start being a concerning part? So that's gonna be something to be concerned about. Like, we're just gonna be depending on cell phone apps or computers to do everything, and the app just knows what to do like one specific way or a couple specific ways, and we'll have no input. I don't know. Can we really do? Alright. Yeah, feeling my... Yeah, camera's gonna like go up and down this entire broadcast, so I might have to revert back to the way I had it clipped before. Oh, we'll see. I'm experimenting. Alright, so 3 dots in a triangle. 301. Probably way more than I need, but I always pour way more than I need. Because there was literally like one color in the last WIP and chat that was like 2 drills. And I had a whole tray poured. Okay, yeah, I'm just down here again. Yeah, there we go. I'll just move my camera back and forth, or can I like zoom out or something? Nope. Nope, that's about all I can zoom out, so. Okay, so triangle with 3 dots. 301, yep, okay, give her. Kind of like a brown. But yeah, other than that, like brief little weird multi-layered tangent. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm fine, it's just what I see every day. Just I've experienced this morning. I'll probably never be happy with what's on TV or what I see on TV. Oh well. Like, too bad. I don't have to watch what I don't want to, so. But it's still there and it's just gonna bug me, so. Like, oh boy. Oh. Yikes. I'm not seeing the Canada geese today. There was like 5 at the pond yesterday, like last night. Before supper time. And there were just 2 pairs that were just honking at each other and charging at each other. Cobra turkeys, I think. I'm still trying to figure out that slang term for Canada geese up here. Cobra turkeys. They're vicious. Oh, Canada geese are vicious. They're very territorial. Okay, I'm kind of on camera here. Yeah, just at the very edge. I'll just move the camera up if I need to. Just tilt it. Just doing a brown here, I guess. This is still the second section of the canvas, but I've been running errands past couple days on my days off. Days off to me just means doing something around the house when I'm not at work, when I'm not working. Isn't that literally what that means? Alright, I have a couple days off from work, I can diamond paint all the time. No, that's just not realistic in my case. Love to, but nah, I gotta do other things too, so. Oh, I'll probably film another color and chat. That seemed to. I had some fun with that. It was creative. I posted it yesterday, so. It's all good. I have a couple of coloring books. I'll just do color by number. Let's use those markers. I just saw another set set of those markers when I was filming, so if I run out of or a color dies on me, then I can just grab from another set. Keep coloring. My colors probably don't match what's in the book, but who's gonna knock down the front door of our house and like tell me that I'm not coloring the pages right? If you don't have the exact color, get one that's like close enough. Basically. Yeah, like where the heck was that book printed? And it's like a couple of years old too, so I don't know if it's like a classified as a magazine or a book. I don't know. I just got it at the grocery store, so it's like I just had the checkout, and there's the occasional coloring book, like based on what season it is or whatever. And then I just saw these jungle animals, and I'm like, all right, let's check it out. Why not? I like jungle animals, tigers and stuff. Sweet. Yoink, last copy, gone. I have it. Yeah, it just sat there and sat there. I started like the first page, and yeah, knowing me, yeah, squirrel. Got distracted like nothing. And it just sat on the kitchen table and got buried with everything else that we put on our kitchen table. It's just basically an island for mail and where we eat. Supper, but there's placemats to define where we eat and hang out. And where the cat's clawing at us just to let us know that he's still alive or that he has claws. Yeah, I think that's all we basically do at the kitchen table. Eat supper. No, my mom eats lunch in her office. I'm usually eat lunch in the living room. I sometimes sit at the dining room table, but it upsets the cat, it seems. I had a drill like on my left hand finger and I almost put it in my ear. My hands are that oily. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think we basically, as a family unit of three, my older brother's moved out, so he lives with his wife and my nephew, like his kid, in Stratford. So yeah, he has the family thing figured out. I'm just kind of around. I just work and pay room and board here with my parents. I tried the moving out thing and it just blew up in my face. So parents said, uh, yeah, move back in. You don't need to go through that crap. Yeah. It happened for a reason. A whole bunch of things happened that year. A few years ago now. Yeah. When I do move out, it's just gonna be me. Like, I don't have a spouse or I'm not married or anything. That's just a whole other ballpark there, too. Not. I'm more independent. That's just a whole other level of commitment and responsibility there. To be in a relationship, balance work, and have a whole bunch of other things going on. I can only handle so much. The patience for so much. Jeez, what a jump a few years makes. Yeah, it doesn't take much for me to freak out about stuff anymore. I guess my patience has kind of drifted over the recent years. I don't know. I try to stay positive, but I admit I'm probably not as happy as I had been years ago. Probably because I like had less to worry about. That's probably like the whole crux of it. to tell you the truth. To be honest, I didn't have as much to worry about, or as much responsibility. Responsibility and commitment are not bad things. They're a necessity these days, but just being in uncomfortable positions in life for long periods of time just really rusts the gears. It gets really hard. You just kind of lose parts of yourself when you're just overburdened with unnecessary stress. Yeah, it's just not realistic having to juggle so much at one time. And it could be an anxiety too. Yeah, that's another way to kind of put it. It could be pangs of anxiety too, just because of what's going on overall in the world. Everybody else is on edge, so that, yeah, it just resonates with me even more because I can feel or sense what everybody else is feeling. Kind of have that a sense of empathy, I guess, or whatever that's called. I just like sense energy or anxiety or sense the feeling of an environment, like the atmosphere. Like if people are anxious, then I'll become anxious. People are upset, I'll just be uncomfortable in that room. It's because I'm attuned for Reiki. Like, I have Reiki level 1. I can calm people down with healing energy from my hands. It's like a Chinese healing practice, I guess, Reiki. I think it's Chinese. I have a couple of books from the course that I took, and it shows all the hand positions. Yeah, it's just like placing your hands on certain places on the human body, and that energy goes to places where there's pain or, yeah, stress or whatever. Yeah. I was planning to get Reiki level 2 last year, but lo and behold, I think my plans or my ideas, along with everybody else's, kind of got trashed there, so kind of went to the wayside, unfortunately. Sigh. Now, eventually stuff will get back to the new normal. A new normal, and be able to do that kind of, take those kind of courses again. And do various kinds of activities, but just right now it's just not a thing. What can one do? Yeah, the thing with this Reiki is I can't turn the energy off. It's just constantly going. The constant healing energy is flowing out of my hands on a regular basis. You're supposed to be able to like stave it off and call it back when you need to use it, but not for me apparently. Energy is just constantly going. Well, some people are probably just gonna go like, what are you even talking about? That's weird. Yeah, natural healing. Yeah. Well, your body's water and electric energy, like electrolyte energy or something. We're basically a bunch of cells that are charged by electricity, really. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but I don't know, we're alive somehow. No doctor. Anyway, yeah. It's electrolytes or something that need to drink water, but not too much water, or else we'll technically die if we have too much water in our bodies. Just, I just kind of go all over the place in these WIP and chats for sure. Can only do so many tag questions. I practically did like 200 across like how many WIP and chats? Yeah, I can only do so much of that. Do I miss being in a relationship? Sure, that seems normal, but at the same time, for me working all the time and it it just sounds like an extra level of responsibility and commitment. It's just hard to balance a lot of stuff sometimes, and if you can't take care of yourself, then how are you supposed to have compassion and love for somebody else? It's just not fair to somebody else if you yourself aren't completely open and committed and active in a relationship. It's just kind of where I am. Yeah, it's just kind of how I feel about that stuff. I'm not against marriage or anything, but it's just, yeah, that passion or desire is just not there for me. Oh, love has meaning for. Love can mean very many different things. It's not necessarily marriage and other mature subject matter. It has other contexts and variations to it. So I just love in a different way. Just not in a relationship kind of angle. I guess I'm just like too visual and hands-on kind of person. Like see, hear, experience, and like physically touch something to learn and understand. Kind of like at work, where you have to like physically be doing the job to understand it and do it properly. And know what you have to do at a certain time and all that. It's like, yeah, it's sequential and orderly. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm like visual, yeah, highly visual learner. I write down what you need to do, go through it with somebody, and then do it myself with what I wrote down in terms of instruction. And then learn how to do it physically myself. So, maybe a few steps extra for some people, but that's how I learn to do something. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't soak stuff up like a sponge. It takes time. Oh, well, I've always gone through that, learning something new, but once you do something enough, then eventually it just clicks in for me. Some level of understanding. If I need a refresher, then the written material's there. But yeah. If I don't do a certain thing for a long period of time, then I'll just forget it if I'm not doing it over and over. I tend to lose details of when to do something at a certain time and how to do it. Yeah, just don't retain. I receive, but sometimes just doesn't compute or is remembered or recalled easily. I think it's central processing disorder. I've had it ever since public school. Learning difficulty. I called it learning disability a bit ago, but it's a learning difficulty. I still have the capacity to learn and understand stuff, but it just takes longer. So it's learning difficulty. It's a barrier, but it's a hurdle that I can jump over and have jumped over numerous times. I had trouble reading in grade 1. Failed grade 1, so came back the second time around and passed grade 1. I believe it was reading, and then high school or senior school came along and I was doing terrible at French and math. was exempt from French and kind of went to an assisted learning or, yeah, kind of a class that exempted me from French, but it could help me with learn study skills and all that. Yeah, it's a place where I could go where I could do stuff at my own pace. Yeah, just we're all constantly learning, and there's almost usually going to be like a hurdle or something that certain things that we don't understand, and that's just fine. You just have to find a way to understand it or ask or look at it from a different perspective in order for you to individually understand something that's somebody else just can breeze through like nothing. It's okay to learn differently. I learned that over the years too. And I've just mentioned that I learned differently, and I told my newer employer that I'm like, my trainer, that I am highly visual and like hands-on. And for this job, yeah, I'll need to physically do stuff. They explained it to me and physically showed me. I watched and wrote down the instructions and all that and the procedure. So their SOPs aren't great, but they've been changing stuff, so yeah. It's a mix of adapting with change and procedures constantly evolving to make the work easier and safer. But yeah, you have to relearn what you just learned, and yeah. Realistically, the job is straightforward. It's routine. Do stuff a certain way, which I'm fine with. The safety, which I mentioned, is great. The training is great. It's just programming my mind to compute it all and just do the job. It's going to take time and a whole bunch of people that I don't know their names have a radio, and I have to be specific with what I'm requesting over the radio. Yeah. It's overwhelming. I was overwhelmed, but not as much now. But everything's a process, and they understand that if you make a mistake, they're like, oh, you meant to say this, didn't you? It's like, yes, okay, sorry. And then I repeat what the correct term, and they're like, okay, thanks. Yeah, great. They every day is a new lesson. Just reinforcing ideas, what you already learned, building upon what you learn, and using it in like everyday life. It's just a constant repeating motion. And that's life too. Learn something new, or we learn a new viewpoint on something, gain a better understanding of something or someone, develop new ideas. Yeah, just gonna move up here. Yeah, I moved up a bit, sorry if I was off camera. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't the best angle. Yeah. Oh. Learn stuff, reinforce what you've learned, review what you learned, and just react accordingly every day. Yeah. I don't do the same thing every day. The same procedures, yes, but the line could be shut down and getting ready for a changeover to a new lot or product. So it could just be a day of cleaning the line, or a few hours of cleaning the line, then starting it back up for the next run. So yeah, I'm in one certain spot of the plant, but it's a broader role. I'm watching a line and taking care of a certain department, and then for a segment of time, and then I basically hand the control of the line to somebody else when I'm done my shift. So it's a rotation. It's continental. It's just making the line run in a 24/7 kind of format, but it does go down for cleaning and all that. But just mention what you did on your shift, and then you hand it to the next shift and they take over. So always doing something in a 12-hour span of the shift that you're on, and somebody else carries on with their 12-hour shift and they get their hours, etc., etc. Yeah, that's how it works there. Yeah, so maybe like a repetitive job, but you're not doing the same thing all the time. Like the procedures and stuff are the repetitive part, but where you are in like the stages of production and manufacturing of the product can vary from day to day. Like you could just be doing line checks, ensuring the line's running properly during production and boxing off one day, and then the next day you're taking the line apart and cleaning it for your shift. And then, yeah, so that's a good adjustment. I may have like talked about like other aspects of my new job, but I'm not sure if that was the routine part. No, probably. I probably repeat myself a lot on here, but content. It's a weapon, chat. Like, oh, I don't have a wide variety of topics to coast on. I just kind of base it on what I experience on a regular basis. And wow, it's been like an hour already. Awesome. An hour goes by so fast. Yeah, there's that too. Like, you're just so busy, like, working. I do have, like, access to the time. My cell phone's in my locker, like, period. For that 12 hours, I don't touch it or look at it for 12 hours. Thank goodness. Like, I don't need to. I'm at work. And if there's an emergency, I have a radio. Or every other staff member on the floor has a radio. So if something goes wrong, then everybody knows about it. Yeah, nothing wrong there. I don't need a cell phone on the floor. It's 12 hours. I'm just there to work. I'm just there to learn about the building and understand what's going on at this point. I know I can work independently, but it's just that at this point, I'm still kind of getting trained. But it's just to get my confidence level up so that I can be like independent. I can work without having somebody there to back me up. But when it comes to that, I'm still going to have the radio on me. The walkie-talkie system that I probably mentioned, and I can get help if I need it. So that level of confidence is there. It's just doing the job fluently without just having an extra person there on the shift with me. But no, that's how they train. They introduce you to everything. They teach you procedure based on what's going on that day. And you just keep coming to work, do your thing, and learn as much as you can. Ask questions. And they're like, how are you doing? Do you understand? How are you liking the job so far? It's like, they want you to stay. They want you to be comfortable with your job, not. They eventually want you to be independent, which I understand. And yeah, it's a big confidence jump. Yeah, it's just like a total flip over here, in terms of confidence building. Like, what a difference. I'm like, okay, I have an idea of how everything's going. Like, I just feel like so much better and comfortable knowing a lot more than I did like the shift before. So that's good. And they're like, if you make a mistake, it's like not the end of the world. It's like, oh, you weren't supposed to write that there, so just stroke it out and just initial. You made a mistake. Okay, move on. Just put the correction in there. Okay, you named that part. You didn't name that part correctly, so just go on the radio and just say this. It's like, instead of somebody just yelling at you and blaming you for screwing something up, it's here's what you actually do. This is the correct way to do it. So refreshing. It makes things so much easier. But anyway, I'm like over the hour, so you've been watching Echoes of Color with Jeffery Morrison. And I will put my Facebook, Instagram, my Facebook like profile, my Facebook YouTube companion page URL in the description below now. Thank goodness. And yeah, my email if you ever want to contact me that way. So I don't know. Facebook, you can contact me on Messenger too. Send me a friend request. Whatever you want. That's just the social media I use right now. It's just what I use. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support and the comments. If you do want to send me stuff, somebody's suggesting that I should get like a really fancy diamond painting pen. Like, I just read that comment before coming on here. I just seen it. I'm like, sure, go ahead, give her. I don't mind. Like, what's one fancy pen? Like, it's been mentioned multiple times. Like, I don't mind if it doesn't bother anybody. Like I could either buy a pen or somebody could give me a pen. That would probably be a whole lot more meaningful. Because I'd be looking at it and like physically using it on the channel. If somebody did give me a pen, but I'm not like gonna beg somebody to get me a pen. Like no. I appreciate like a gift like that. But yeah, mainly people like watching and enjoying the content and commenting is is incredible in itself. So is awesome in itself. So I know, and this is fun to just be on the channel and just diamond paint. Yeah, this is fun. So I'm having a good time. So anyway, take care. See you around. I'm gonna be working for the next 3 days. I might film a color and chat later. I just film when I can, so just bear with me. If you like the content, consider subscribing. Don't have to like the video. Just leave a comment. It's all good. I'll grow if organically on here if that's what this channel is meant to do. But just as long as I have a cell I can film, I'm all for it. So, all right. See you later. Bye. Take care.